What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video here. So recently, Matt Gaetz had a major podcast appearance with Bill Maher. It's actually blown up, and there was a number of viral clips that came out of this. And let's be honest, I thought Bill Maher just destroyed Matt Gaetz. Okay, on the issue of authoritarianism and specifically Trump's failing to accept the 2020 election results. It was a pretty much a total demolition, basically calling out Matt Gaetz for his hypocritical points. Let's just show the clip and we'll get right into it. Here's the first
We're
clip,
talking
guys.
about a little bit. It's a
Well,
good.
I mean, if you're
You
talking
haven't
about
lost all your skills as the congressman. Come on,
if you're
man.
talking about the use of force to achieve your political goals, I think it's somewhat on topic.
Yeah, no, it's not like the left doesn't do a version. I mean, they should not have been bitching about Trump is not a legitimate president. He's a no. That was wrong. I agree. It's very different than actually trying to stay in power. We just had January 6th. It went off smoothly without a hitch. Places, everyone places. Okay, the rehearsal went great, and now we do it and we go home. That's not what would have happened if you guys had lost, and you know that.
Bill, you understand
that is an
that the
asymmetry
last
you
time-
have to address.
Okay, let me address it. You're right. This past week we had a wonderful January 6th. The last time we had a Republican president elected and Democrats did not object to the electors, do you know when the last time that was?
See, this is the kind of bullshit.
No, look, it was 1988. It was
Okay.
1988 the last
Okay.
time they didn't object to Republicans. They objected to George W. Bush winning Ohio.
Objecting is different than calling the Justice Department and pressuring them to do things that even his own Justice Department wouldn't do. It's different than calling the guy in Georgia and saying, find me 11,000 votes. It's different than going to court with all these ridiculous cases that were laughed out of every courtroom. It's different than actually sending fake electors. Don't give me bullshit and we'll be friends. Bullshit me? No, we'll still be friends, but I'll think you're a hack. Instead of someone who could actually have an honest conversation and admit this asymmetry exists.
I don't believe it's asymmetrical at all. When you look at the way the Democratic Party used an authoritarian bum rush to get Joe Biden out of the race and replace him with Harris, what was it? Was that the great sacrifice to the virtue of democracy and the great rejection of authoritarianism was swapping her out for him like it's some Mississippi Square dance?
I'm just
Again, guys, the hypocrisy that comes from the Republicans on this issue, there is no comparison between the Republicans and the Democrats on this specific issue. There's just not. And a lot of guys like Matt Gaetz, and not just Matt Gaetz, the entire Republican apparatus, they claim, oh, the Democrats do the same thing. It's total BS. Anyone with a brain knows that's not true. And it is true. People like Matt Gaetz know that's bullshit. They know that's ridiculous to compare what the Democrats did to what Donald Trump did and his gang in 2020. It's not even close to true. Donald Trump did a fake elector scheme where he basically tried to maintain power by sending in a fake slate of electors, which is why he wanted Mike Pence to illegally basically just throw out the count, which would have probably thrown the country into civil war. Not to mention, he called on his supporters to go to the Capitol building in 2020, saying it would be a major, major event. Put his vice president in jeopardy, which is why Karen Pence, Mike Pence's wife, can't even look at him in the eye anymore. So, I mean, again, it's totally ridiculous. It's not symmetrical at all. Yes, the Democrats objected to votes, as did the Republicans, the Democratic president, but it's more of a ceremonial optic thing. There was no actual serious plot to try and maintain power. They talk about Hillary Clinton not conceding the 2016 election, for example. It's not even close to the same thing. Hillary Clinton wasn't the president, first of all, and second of all, she didn't do any sort of mechanism to try and maintain power. People who don't know that, don't follow politics, so they think, oh, Hillary thought she won two of the election. It's not even close to the same thing, and it's completely dishonest by a lot of Republican hacks or just Trump stooges. It's ridiculous when they claim this point. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content in the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. And we actually just got a new Patreon account. So if you're looking to support the channel out, you can get a membership, a monthly membership as low as $2 a month. I have as much as you guys want to throw in there. And Amazon links to products I use are in the description. So anything helps. It helps the channel out immensely. So again, guys, it's just totally ridiculous from Gaetz. And he actually is relatively bright in the sense he's not, he's not as dumb as I would say as some other Congress people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, Gaetz is relatively well read. Of course, he failed his attorney general nomination because of allegations of sexual misconduct, as well as some underage allegations, which, again, I don't know the veracity, but there's no question a lot of his colleagues hate him. But he is interesting in the sense he doesn't take any corporate PAC money, which is very not within the grain, especially in the Republican Party, who loves taking corporate PAC money. Uh, Again, it's just they are flirting with authoritarianism, the right wing. They have in the past. There's no question about that, which is why you have Bill Maher just completely dumbfounded as to people like Matt Gaetz who are comparing it to what the Democrats did in previous elections. There's no comparison at all. And even if you're a Trump supporter, if you're being honest, you know that's true. It might not be honest, but that's truly what is going on here. Again, it's just ridiculous, especially when we talk about even away from the election. This is another discussion where they argued about talking about annexing countries who positioned himself as an anti-war candidate. Now he's talking about going after Greenland. There was a report the other day that Trump had an angry phone call. Think how insane this is, guys, with a NATO country, Denmark, about Greenland. Basically, the Denmark said, yeah, no, we're not going to give you Greenland. That's actually insane. And according to a recent poll, only 6% of Greenlanders want to join the United States. But apparently Trump threatened military force against Greenland in his phone call or implied it heavily, leaving people on the call freaked out. This is not anti-war. Meanwhile, the Panama Canal, and Matt Gaetz brought this up too, how he loves the Panama Canal, wants it back. Yeah, we should go after it. This is not anti-war. So I don't know. And notice, guys, how this was not discussed at all during the campaign, which of course is super convenient. Will he actually go after these countries? Who knows? And this is not even to talk about Canada, which he wants to annex as well. So again, the entire thing is insane. That's also authoritarian, obviously going for a land grab of other countries and threatening military force. It's literally exactly what the Russians did in Ukraine. It's ridiculous, and it's honestly concerning that this is where we are in America right now. And again, it was actually a relatively friendly interview. I mean, other than the beginning part where other than that discussion and a number of other occasions, there was one occasion where Bill, again, it's amazing his ego these days. He really is flying high. He thinks it's a little ridiculous where he brings up the point where Matt Gaetz brings up politically incorrect. He used to love that show. And by the way, the clips of what I've seen of that show, let's be honest, way better than Real Time at this point with Bill Maher, in my opinion at least. But hey, you guys can decide what you guys like better. But I thought politically incorrect is way better television. But Bill made the point, yeah, it's less intellectual, quote unquote. But yeah, that's added to the entertainment. You have more normal or celebrities on politically incorrect, which Matt Gaetz brought up how he just liked that show better, which relatively innocent comment, I thought. But Bill didn't like it, and he actually kind of snapped at Matt Gaetz. It was pretty wild. I mean, here's a clip, and we'll talk about it, guys. Here's a clip right here.
Story for me goes back to politically incorrect. What I still believe is one of the, I'm not just kissing your ass, one of the best shows that was on TV.
Thanks.
It's way better than your show now. But it's
what
politically
that's so
incorrect.
Insulting.
Politically incorrect was so good.
That's so insulting.
It's not. I'm just for the OG.
You're saying to me what I did 25 years ago is better than what I've done the last 20 years. That's insulting. I'm not going to be mad at you for the rest of the interview. I just want to tell you, that's just a fucking stupid way to start a conversation.
So you think
you peaked 20 years ago, Bill? Let's be friends.
No, it's not peaking.
That's what you just said.
It's a better artistic presentation of your work.
First of all, you're wrong. So you could say to me, I like that show too, but it's certainly not better than Real Time. It just isn't. It was what it was. It was a design train wreck. People from different walks of life. Maybe you were young, it appealed to you more then. What don't you like about the current show?
I think it's good. It's not a criticism of the current show. Look, I like, Taylor Swift's current stuff. I don't think it's better than her initial album.
Well, don't compare me to Taylor Swift. I'm not a big fan.
No, but in terms of art.
Okay, so again, it's just insane. You see Bill just get so lightly, very quick temper, snaps at Matt Gaetz over a relatively innocent comment. I think it just gives you an insight into Bill's thinking right now and how kind of insecure he is about certain comments. But again, I just thought the specific point talking about the authoritarianism, Bill Maher did destroy Matt Gaetz on that point, especially the comparisons. And you see a lot of Republicans make this point, saying what the Democrats did to Joe Biden, kicking him out of the race was authoritarian, which makes no sense. First of all, that's party politics. And frankly, that was the correct decision. He should not have been the Democratic nominee. I'm sorry, that's insane. It's not authoritarian to do that. They pushed him out. They should have pushed him out, to be totally honest with you. And it was a party political thing. It's not like he was overthrown in some undemocratic way. I mean, the way they frame it is ridiculous. And again, they also know that it's ridiculous, but they're trying to just score political points, even though they know it's dishonest. But the main issue the Democrats did, guys, was Joe Biden should have dropped out a year ago, not 3 months before the election, obviously. That's so insane. But again, I thought it was a super interesting discussion between Matt Gaetz and Bill Maher. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Very curious what you think. Again, we continue to get a lot of subscribers and a lot bigger of an audience. And again, we accept everyone here, whether you like Trump, whether you like Biden. I'm trying to build a massive and wide and diverse audience. So Let me know what you guys think in the comments, agree or disagree. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later this week. Thanks.